So good day everyone, we are Group 4 and today we will be discussing Philippine cartoons, political caricatures of the American era. Next.
Background of the authors. During the American era, political cartoons gained popularity as a form of expression. Many artists made use of cartoons as political commentaries to expose the ills of the American colonial government. Alfred McCoy provided an analysis of the pressing problems and issues of American colonialism manifested in political cartoons. Together with Alfred Reyes and artists, they compiled many political cartoons by Filipino artists depicting the Filipino during American rule. So, during the American era, political cartoons gained popularity as a form of expression. Many artists made use of cartoons as political commentaries to expose the ills of American. One popular newspaper was the Bang og Kusog, which literally means new force. Bang og Kusog was known for highlighting the conflict incidents prior to the war. It often talked about the difference between the Spanish and American colonial government. This newspaper depicted the breakdown of Hollywood social process due to American influence. Education used by the American, which integrate the virtue of women.
Alfred McCoy was born on June 8, 1945 in Massachusetts, USA. He earned his BA in European Studies from Columbia College in 1968. He finished his MA in Asian Studies. He finished his main Asian studies at the University of California in Berkeley in 1969 and his PhD in Southeast Asian history at Yale University in 1977. He studied Philippine political caricatures to understand the social and political context of the Philippines during the American period and later worked with Alfredo Roses, his co-author of Philippine cartoon political caricatures of the American era. Trump Akoy did not create any political caricatures. His interest in them urged him to compile such caricatures from various sources to single collection. Makoy focused on studying the social and political situations in the Philippines during the American period, although he did not draw any political cartoons himself. His deep interest in them led him to collect and analyze these cartoons as historical evidence. He later collaborated with artist Alfredo Roses and together they co-authored the book Philippine Cartoons Political Caricatures of the American Era. Makoy gathered cartoons from different resources and put them together in one collection, helping us better understand the era through art. Here are some notable works by Alfred Macoy that reflect his deep research on colonialism, politics, and human rights. The first book is America's Empire, the United States, the Philippines, and the Rise of the Surveillance State in this world. Macoy discusses how U.S. colonial rule in the Philippines became a foundation for modern day surveillance practices and imperial strategies. It shows how power and control were exercised not just through military force but also. The second book is Torture and Impunity, the U.S. Doctrine of Coercive Interrogation. This one explores how the U.S. developed and justified the use of torture, especially during times of war and conflict. McCoy analyzes historical patterns and exposes how torture was often hidden behind legal and political systems. Both books shows how McCoy goes beyond just historical storytelling. He uses history to challenge systems of power and make readers more aware of the past and its impact on today's society. Next,
Alfredo Reyes Roses was born on April 29, 1923. He was a painter, an essayist, and a versatile artist who is considered to be prominent figure in Philippine art. His painting started with figurative style but soon began to amalgamate expressionism, fiviovism, impressionism, and impressionism. Several newspapers and Manila like the Independent and the Philippines Free Press and Bagong Kusog, a leading periodical, and Cebu include political cartoons and their editorials.
The Philippine Free Press was founded in 1906 by Judge W. A. Kincaid but it was taken over by Macaulay due to bankruptcy. The newspaper was published in both Spanish and English. It featured investigative articles regarding the country's development. It had a personal tone since it was not tied to a particular political party. It also advocated integrity, democracy, and Philippine national progress. Judge W. A. Kincaid was an American lawyer and judge who played a role in the Philippine journalism by founding the Philippines Free Press in 1906. He is known for establishing the newspaper during the American colonial period. His initiative in founding the Philippine Free Press suggests that he was concerned with providing a platform for investigative journalism and free expression in the Philippines. However, due to financial difficulties, the newspaper eventually went bankrupt and was taken over by Machiavelli. Despite this, the publication went to become one of the most influential newspapers in the country, known for its independent stance and commitment to democracy, integrity, and national progress.
Lipad Kalabaw was launched in the same year as Philippine Free Press. It was it was published in Tagalog and Spanish containing satiric cartoons. All throughout its publication, it maintained anonymity by not having a masthead and by having the artists and writers use pen Lipag Kalabaw was launched in the same year as Philippines Free Press. It was published in Tagalog and Spanish, containing satiric cartoons. All throughout its publication, it maintained anonymity by not having a masthead and by having the artists and writers use pen names. This gave artists and writers agency on how they wanted to express themselves. Ang Lipag Kalabaw ay isang satirikong magazine na inulunsad noong 1907 kasabay ng Philippines Free Press. Ito ay inilathala sa Tagalog at Espanyol at naglalaman ng mga mapanuyang karton na pumupuna sa gobyerno at lipunan. Upang mapanatili ang kalayaan sa pagpapahayag, hindi ito naglagay ng masthead at ginamit ng mga manunulat at artista ang mga alias upang hindi makilala.
The Independent was founded in 1915 by the father of Cebuano letters, Vicente Soto, one of the militant and aggressive advocates of immediate independence. It was a weekly newspaper published in English and Spanish, which served as a forum for the discussion of political issues. It was also where Fernando Amorsolo began his career as the angriest of Manila's political cartoonist. Ang Independent po ay ang The Independent po ay isang pahayagang itinatag noong 1915 ni Vicente Soto, isang tanyag na manunulat mula sa Cebu at isang masigasig na tagapagtaguyod ng kalayaan ng Pilipinas. Ito po ay isang lingguhang pahayag na nakasulat sa English at naging isang maharang diskusyon tungkol sa mga ilang sikat na pintor na dito lang sikat na pintor na si Fernando Amorsolo bilang isang kilalang kartunista sa larangan ng politika.
History background of the political cartoons. The Spanish colonial period in the Philippines.
Okay na. Na ako. Pakinggan mo muna ako dyan sa mga DC namin.
Historical background of the political cartoons. The Spanish colonial period in the Philippines was characterized by strict censorship resulting in a lack of political liberty and minimal avenues for expressing political views. Spanish censorship banned
Tapos na siya. Tapos in-slide nila agad.
publication those completing newspaper publication to be distributed underground. However, the transition to the American colonial period provide ano ba?
Paano na lang po ulit si Joshua ulit.
Sige.
Tapos ibalik ko
Ulit
na lang
na
sa slide.
The Independent was founded in 1915 by the father of Cebuano letters, Vicente Soto, one of the militant and aggressive advocates of immediate independence. It was a weekly newspaper published in English and Spanish, which served as a forum for the discussion of political issues. It was also where Fernando Amorsolo began his career as the angriest of Manila's political cartoonists. Ang The Independent po ay isang pahayagang itinatag noong 1915 ni Vicente Soto, isang tanyag na manunulat mula sa Cebu at isang masigasig na tagapagtaguyod ng kalayaan ng Pilipinas. Ito po ay isang lingguhang pahayag na nakasulat sa Ingles at Espanyol at naging isang mahalagang plataporma para sa mga diskusyon tungkol sa mga isyung pampolitika. Dito rin po nagsimula ang sikat na pintor na si Fernando Amorsolo bilang isang kilalang kartunista sa larangan ng politika. In Cebu, one popular newspaper was the Bagong Kusog, which literally means new force. Bagong Kusog was known for highlighting the conditions in Cebu prior to the war. It often talked about the indifference between the Spanish and American colonial governments. This newspaper depicted the breakdown of hallowed customs and social practices due to American influence. It focuses on criticism of co-education introduced by the Americans, which endangered the virtue of women. Samantala po, sa Cebu naman ang pahayagang Bagong Kusog na nangangahulugang bagong lakas ay isa po sa mga tanyag na dyaryo noon. Kilala ito sa paglalarawan ng mga kalayaan sa Cebu bago ang digmaan. Madalas din po itong pinapakita ang pagkakaiba ng pamamahala ng mga Espanyol at Amerikano. Sa mga nilalaman nito po ay ipinapakita rin po kung paano naapektuhan ng impluwensyang Amerikano ang mga tradisyon at kaugalian ng mga Pilipino. Isa sa mga isyong binigyan diin ito ay ang pagtutol sa sistema ng co-education, pinagsamang pag-aaral ng babae at lalaki, na ayon sa kanila ay maaaring makasira sa pagiging mahinhin ng mga kababaihan. Sa madaling sabi po, pareho ang pahayagan ng The Independent at Bagong Kusog na may layuning ipakita ang kalagayan ng lipunan noon, lalo na sa ilalim ng pananakop ng mga dayuhan. Next po.
Yung Cesar, ikaw na po. Pa-explain.
Si Alfredo Reyes ay isang ulit. Si Alfredo Reyes ay pinanganak noong April 29, 1923. Siya ay isang pintor na tagapasalaysay at maraming kaalaman bilang isang artist. Kaya isa siya pakat po. Si
Next na po.
wait lang. Last chance. Si Alfredo Reyes ay pinanganak noong April 29, 1923. Siya ay isang pintor na nagpapasalaysay ng maraming kaalaman bilang artist. Kaya isa siya sa magiging prominent figure sa ating Philippines arts. Nag-start yung pag-paint niya sa figurative still hanggang sa maging huli na lang ako.
Okay na po.
Historical background of the political cartoons. The Spanish colonial period in the Philippines was characterized by strict censorship, resulting in a lack of political liberty and a minimal venues for expressing political views. Spanish censorship banned non-religious publications, those completing newspaper publication to be distributed underground. However, the transition to the American colonial period provided leeway in the publication of the independent newspapers. Essentially, newspapers were sec- scrutinized by the government to ensure that they did not contain American colonial rule became a formative period in the Philippine history. During the Spanish colonial period, there was strict censorship. The government banned non-religious publication, meaning Filipinos had almost no way to express their political opinions. Because of this newspaper that contained political message were distributed strictly. When American arrived, there was more freedom in publishing newspaper. At the first American government still monitored the press to prevent anti-American content. However, over the time period became a turning point in the Philippine history as independent newspaper and political cartoons flourished. In a nutshell, the Spanish period expressed political expression, though strictly censorship, while the American period allowed more press freedom. This shift played a major role in shaping political discourse in the country. Next na po.
Censorship was lost when a civil government was established in 1901. This gave Filipinos the right to publish without prior censorship of the government. 2 months after strict censorship was removed, Rafael Parma launched El Renacimiento Rebirth, which became the most influential of the early nationalist newspaper campaigning for the right to a free press. Whenever the Americans felt offended with any publication, they used libel and sedition laws to obstruct the developing hostilities. After facing 2 libel suits, El Renacimiento had to discontinue. Nevertheless, Martin Ocampo and Fernando Guerrero established a new publication, La Vanguardia, in the same office and survived until World War II as one of Manila's leading newspapers. The 1901 start of the civil government in the Philippines is censorship, allowing newspapers like Rafael Palma's influential El Renacimiento to advocate for press freedom. Gayunpaman, ginamit ng mga otoridad ng Amerika ang mga batas sa libelo upang supilin ang pagtutol na magtulak sa Renacimiento na magsara. Pagkatapos ay lumitaw ang Vanguardia na magpatuloy hanggang sa ikalawang digmaang pandaigdig. Ipinapakita ng CP ang patuloy na pakikibaka para sa kalayaan ng pamamahayag sa ilalim ng pamamahala ng Amerika. Next po.